Jesus said there are two great commandments: to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. He also said, love your enemies. Loving neighbors is easier than loving enemies. We like people that we like. We like people like us. That's easy. People see the world the way we do. People look the way we do. The people have the same kind of education or background that we do. We get that. We like people like us. But loving those who are different is much harder. Sometimes we don't understand their language. Sometimes we don't understand their dress or their customs or their habits or their culture. And as a result, they seem strange, they seem alien, they seem far removed from who we are and what we're about. And we don't know what to do with them. It's hard to love them because they're different. And we don't understand that they're different, and it scares us. We don't understand why they're different, why they won't be like us. And it scares us. It's easy to love people who value the things we value, who see the world like we do, who understand the world like we do. And so we don't always understand how to treat people who look at the world differently than we do. We're not sure how to love them. We're not sure if we can. Our world today is marked by divisions. Some political. Republicans, Democrats, independents, all arguing. And then there's racial tensions. White, black, brown, yellow. And we don't get along. We fight. We mistrust. We treat others, our neighbors, our friends who look differently than we do, who come from a different race or a different religion, as another, and we tend to dehumanize them. I grew up in a high school that was all white. But there were racial tensions. Only we wouldn't have called them that, and we still wouldn't call them that today. But if you had a last name that ended in a ski, S-K-I, S-K-Y, you were often the butt of a joke about how Polish people were not very smart. What other thing than racism can we call it? It wasn't based on skin. It's based on language and culture and customs. In the midst of our divisions, Las Vegas happens. 59 people killed. Hundreds wounded. We don't know why. We don't know why a man began to shoot into a crowd at a concert. It didn't matter whether they were white, black, brown, yellow, red. It didn't matter if they were Republicans or Democrats. He shot indiscriminately. And all the divisions that we use to divide up our world disappear. There's a photo of the emergency room floor covered in blood from victims who were brought in, and when you look at it, you can't tell whose blood it was. Were they Republicans? Were they Democrats? Were they independents? Were they black? Were they white? Were they yellow? You can't tell. It doesn't matter. These differences are external and they are cultural, but we are all human. Sooner or later, we need to realize that. I know it's hard. It's hard. It's very easy to be afraid, to be suspicious, to lock your doors because the person standing in the corner is different than you. But we need to change the story. We can't wait for others to do it. We need to start. So this Wednesday afternoon, start. Do something different. Make a new friend. Someone from outside of your comfort zone. Take a risk. Jesus never sent us to be safe. He told us to take risks for the purpose of the kingdom. Paul talked about the dividing wall between Jew and Gentile being torn down, between male and female, slave or free. I assume we can put into there Republican and Democrat, Libertarian and Independent, white or black, Hispanic or Asian, whatever categories you want. In Christ, they do not matter. Are we willing to take that risky step for the sake of the kingdom, for the sake of our neighborhoods, our communities, our nation, our world, and affirm, regardless of our skin tone, regardless of our last names or our ethnicity, that we can all belong to Christ? Take a risk today and love someone who is different than you.